So, you're interested in my manifestation technique. Well, let me tell you this, there's no technique. Basically, I was dog sitting at someone's house last week, and I was talking to the housekeeper. We were chatting, as dog sitter to housekeeper does. And she basically told me the tale of a person who lives in a beautiful home, and how they acquired the home is basically they went to the owner when they were younger, their mom cleaned that house, and they said, I want to buy your house, this is my name, this is my information, can I have your information when you're willing to sell the house, contact me. That guy apparently had this book of the house, tracked it for years, and then when the house finally went on the market, guess who the house sold to? Yeah, it was that. It was a guy. It was a little kid. So we kind of got into the topic of manifestation, and she was saying, like, he prayed for it so hard, and I was like, praying equals manifestation? I don't know. So basically I was logging stuff for about 7 days. I wanted to do 10 days. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand manifestation in its like complete true form. I tried to do a lot of research on it, but it's very similar to praying. So you're either a person of faith or you're not a person of faith. And yeah, there's room for multitudes, but it's either like you believe or you don't believe. It's like you either believe that if you do all these things, this is going to occur, or if you don't believe these things, they're not going to occur. I'm not trying to convince a skeptic. I'm not trying to convince a true believer that I'm the like alpha manifestator or whatever, like, because I don't know anything. I'm a fool who is learning. But I think it's like an interesting concept. I really do. Because modern day manifestation is very much about like vision boards, visualizing it and like wanting it. And it's interesting because in spirituality, wanting and needing something are two different things, but wanting kind of has that implication of you are the self, you are like a base creature because you want things. So I think it's interesting, like, can I truly manifest something in like an earnest tone if I want something? Like, I want a career, I want a job, I want money, but can you truly manifest on like the specific level that enlightened beings have done in the past and still exist in modern day society? I don't know. I don't know. I tried to log it. I made vision boards. Understanding that making vision boards and selecting objects and selecting things and selecting images is kind of like the basic form of this. It's kind of like the most base form. I want this, and this means this, and this means this. So I was basically trying to consciously figure out like what I want to do. Oh my God, self-reflection. That's crazy. How I could achieve that and what I had already achieved in the way that I wasn't thinking about before, because I was really down on myself. I was like, damn, oh my God, this sucks. No, it doesn't suck. It's fine. I think one of the things about manifestation or this kind of concept in general that is not kind of stressed upon is being grateful for the things that you have. And I'm not telling you like, you have a bad life, you be grateful right now. But in every aspect, in everybody's lives, most people's lives, there is something to be grateful for, even if there's some aspect that is very bad. Like, if you're having a really bad time in your situation, blah, 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 like, but your health is okay. Or you're having a really bad health scare, but your family is there for you. Or you're having a bad situation with your family, but your friends are there for you. Or your work is there for you. So I think that's really important to recognize, and kind of like throughout this process, kind of waking up every day and being like, you know what, I'm grateful for my physical health. I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for like, I get to pursue my hobbies and my interests and my artistic career. Like, that is all very important. And I think in order to kind of like think these things into existence, which you're kind of also just like saying what you want and acting upon it, I think it's also really important to be grateful for the things that you have, no matter like where you are. So when going about this exercise of manifestation, I really wanted to focus on kind of like the easiest digestible forms for me, because I'm new to this. I don't really understand it. So I just wanted to go through the boards that I had made and just discuss like why I had made it, and kind of saying like, what do I want from these things? Like, what is the most important aspect for me? So I wrote the first one that I did. I wrote, I see my life and it sees me. We look at each other so perfectly. The branches grow, the figs flourish, and I pick the best and continue happily. So I wrote that because my friend Blythe was talking about fucking Sylvia Plath, talking about the fig tree metaphor that freaked me the fuck out, which made me want to go out this quest, because I'm a gig girl. I do like 5 things a week. Sometimes I'm working every day for 12 hours. Sometimes I'm working no days. That's stressful. Kind of having to like make your own work and make it work. You make your own work and you make it work. And that is not the most sustainable career, and I'm aware of that. And I'm trying to get out of it into something more sustainable. But you are not my parents. I don't need to be justifying my life decisions to you. Anyway, let's take a look at the board. So some of this stuff is very embarrassing. But that's most vision boards. Like, if you're going to have an honest vision board, or you're going to have an honest manifestation talk, like, they're going to be embarrassing. I want a boyfriend. I want this. I want a sexy body. Like, that is what people ask for. Those are the most basic things. Yeah, they're vain and they're stupid, but they're real, and those are real human emotions that people feel. Anyway, so for this one, it was my first one, and I was kind of just thinking about like the vibes. So I've kind of been obsessed with Eve Babbitt recently for a while, and then I've also been obsessed with Joan Didion, so that's why they're in the corner. And then Sexuality, Magic, and Perversion, that font is really cool. And then I also put like a yoga studio, which I do yoga a lot, and it's something that I'm trying to incorporate into my daily life. Then like a Bella Hadid picture, because like they're all over weird Pinterest, and some more Joan Didion, and then kind of like Substack things, because I want my Substack to pop off. Probably need an editor first, but whatever. And then I have the power to create the life I want, which is kind of what this whole video is about, is that you have the power to create the life you want to a certain extent. Okay, I recorded like 20 minutes of explaining all these vision boards, but I ended up getting so bored editing it. I was like, I literally cannot. I would rather just not release this to the public than have to record this. And I was like, that's terrible. So I'm just showing them really fast. Again, very embarrassing, very personal, very like, give me this, give me this, give me this. That's not the point of this video. I just like wanted to show the vision boards because I was making them. I just physically cannot edit myself explaining them. It is so annoying. The last thing I'll say before I edit this video, because my tummy hurts because I ate a can of tuna and then did yoga, is this. When it comes to tarot, there are people who are believers. They're like, this is this and this is this, and therefore this is this. You don't have to believe that 100%. You don't have to be 100% a skeptic. You can fall somewhere. You can fall somewhere in the middle, and that's fine. There's no right way to manifest. There's no right way to reflect on yourself. There's no right way to move forward, because everybody just thinks different things. We're all separate brains. We're not a hive mind. We're not like ants. I don't know. We're not doing a little dance. We're humans. And as much as I wish that I could pretend to give you the answers on this is how you manifest, this is how you do this, this is this, it's not true. It's not realistic, and it's not true to you. Everybody's practice is different. And that's the thing. It's practice, it's ritual, it's doing it every day. What do you do on a Sunday that makes you feel good? Can you incorporate that into your everyday? And will that make your quality of life better? And if the answer is yes, you need to figure out a sustainable way to do that. And sometimes it's just like that simple. But sometimes these things are more complicated. Again, room for nuance. Room for nuance always. Thank you. Monologue over.